Hey everyone, welcome. My name is Dr. Kelly Peterson. I'm also known as the Belly Whisperer. I'm a physical therapist that specializes in pelvic, visceral, and orthopedic physical therapy. I'm excited today and we're going to be eating, so I'm going to talk about ModifyHealth. They're a new company that I've decided to work with and have discovered. They're awesome. So what I want to do is I'm going to basically go through some of the products that they have, what they offer, why I like them. As you guys know, I'm a pelvic floor physical therapist. I am also specialized in visceral, so I'm all about abdominal pelvic health issues. And one of the biggest things besides doing, breathing, exercise, seeing somebody for your pelvic floor, it's also your diet. Diet is really big. A lot of you know my story about having irritable bowel syndrome, going through ulcerative colitis, having bleeding, internal bleeding in my small intestines, right? Going through a lot of that after having colonoscopies, endoscopies, having multiple doctors kind of misdiagnose me. I was originally diagnosed with Crohn's disease and then celiac disease, and then later found out that I just had a gluten sensitivity or a food allergy, which was causing a lot of the ulcers and the bleeding. So changing my diet was huge for me. So I'm a big advocate for gluten-free. Now, just like everybody, there's no one size fits all. I think diets need to be very specific and everybody's needs are different. But what I love about this is they have, not only do they have gluten-free, everything is gluten-free, it's all non-GMO, it's all organic, it's all handmade, and you can work with dietitians that can help you if you have specific food allergies, right? Maybe you're allergic or you're sensitive to soy. Maybe you're sensitive to corn, dairy, right? So what's cool about ModifyHealth, I'm going to be eating, what am I eating today? Coconut curry with bok choy. So if you're somebody that's vegetarian, maybe you're vegan, this is great. They also have other options. I left these out here. So, right, this is steak and mashed potatoes. This week earlier, I had barbecue chicken and mac and cheese, which was amazing. Yes, it was gluten-free pasta. What's cool about this company too is they make meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you can get on different meal plans that work best for you. So let's say you're somebody that has a really busy work schedule and breakfast is the toughest thing for you, then maybe you want to just order something where you order 5 meals a week and you order, just for breakfast during your work week. This is scrambled eggs with sweet potato and bell peppers. This week I had the almond porridge, which was really good too. What I like about this is when they come frozen. So I like to put some of them in my freezer actually. That way I can keep them a little bit longer and then I'll defrost them in my refrigerator. Depending on what you do. So I just put this one, I just got off treating another patient. So I just put this one in the microwave, which is great. It's probably pretty warm. But I'm gonna take a bite. What I like about their products is they're really seasoned well and they're low sodium. Besides being gluten-free, they taste good. Sometimes when you eat meal plans or when you eat things that you get from the freezer or in the kind of processed section, they can have kind of those fake tastes, fake flavors, all of that. What I like about this is it's all natural. So I also like when they give these to you, they give you the calorie count. So for instance, this is 540 calories, 30 grams of fat, and 25 grams of protein. And they give you all the organic ingredients right here, which is really nice. If you're somebody that really has to go by specifics, maybe you're on a special diet, maybe you're training for a competition, maybe you need to have something specific for some type of chronic issue you have going on. This company is made for people that have chronic issues, chronic diseases. So what's cool, it also gives you, not just your fat, your protein, all of that. In this one that I'm eating, it has 8 grams of dietary fiber. I talk about this all the time. Most people do not eat enough fiber in their daily diets. Most people are not hitting 20 to 40 grams. Oh, how many carbs? Great question. Carbohydrates, 44 grams of carbs. So I work out, I'm a runner, I also do lifting, I do yoga, I do a combination of everything. So I enjoy having foods that have carbohydrates to help restore those. But what's great is depending on what you need, you can do either the Mediterranean plan or meal plans, or you can do the low-FODMAP. So there's a really good evidence-based research and studies on low-FODMAP being really good for people with irritable bowel syndrome. And most of us know low FODMAP is meant to be a short-term program. You're not supposed to be low FODMAP all the time. So what's nice is, what's the name of the company again? ModifyHealth. If you link into my bio, you're going to click the link. It says ModifyHealth. There's even a little photo there. it will give you a discount for them and more information, but they're fantastic. So, I lost my train of thought. So low FODMAP is meant for people that have irritable bowel syndrome. So what's nice is they're going to, not only can you go through the different FODMAP plan, but you can work with the dietitian so you can go through that short-term plan and then eventually get back to reintroducing some of the foods that maybe you were fearful or some of the foods that made you kind of bloat before, right? So typically, like when you're eating low FODMAP, you're trying to restrict the fermented short-chain carbohydrates. So eventually you want to reintroduce some of those, right? As you get going. How much does ModifyHealth cost? Ooh, great question. Okay, the cost of these meals is going to depend on your meal plan. So for instance, the starting for breakfast is $7.90, right? Let's say you wanted to do, this one's low FODMAP breakfast. They start at $7.90. And then let's say you wanted to get a Mediterranean one, or if you wanted to get low FODMAP lunch or dinner, those ones start at $11.75 and I want to say $12.50 are what they start at. You can buy the meals individually, which is awesome if you only want to get a few, or you can do their meal plans and get maybe 10, 20 and have them delivered depending on the week. So I work a lot, as you guys know, right? Having my own business, working in the clinic, treating patients. So for me, finding time to eat is really, really difficult. And for me, honestly, the hardest meal to eat is breakfast, because when I get up in the morning, I go straight to the gym and I work out. And sometimes I don't have enough time and I get, oh, okay, what am I going to do? I need coffee. I need to grab a banana. So the breakfast ones, I really like those so far. I'm excited. I haven't tried the scrambled egg ones. How's the sodium? Oh, great question too. So they also make low sodium everything. This one has, where are we? 590 milligrams of sodium. But I know from speaking with them that they actually can make them with less salt depending on your needs, right? They also have, let's say you have diabetes, right? Type 2, type 1 diabetes. Let's say you have liver disease, fatty liver. They can modify your diets for those things, right? Hey, muscle girl. Hello. So a lot of people have different restrictions, different needs, right? Some people need more of a, higher carbohydrates. Some people want more protein. Some people need, less sugar. So it's really great with this because it's going to vary and it's going to depend on what you want. I've been eating these now ever since I discovered this like just recently. I wish when I first had all of my issues going on, when I was diagnosed with irritable bowel syndrome, ulcerative colitis, and I was having tons of bloating, constipation, all of that. I wish I would have known about this company, especially when I was in college. It would have saved me, but it's okay because now I can eat it whenever I want. So, again, if you're somebody that is not sure whether you'll benefit from this, check it out. Again, my link is going to be in my bio. What's really cool about this company too is they have weekly meal plans, and you can go on the website and you can look up what exactly is going to be the weekly meal plan. And they also have new items coming up. You don't have to order the same meals. They're constantly changing their menu, right? It's seasonal. And again, you don't have to be low FODMAP. You don't have to have irritable bowel syndrome. You don't have to have, any type of gut, SIBO, gut disorders. You just maybe want to eat healthy. I know for me, when my husband and I were in the Mediterranean, eating a Mediterranean diet is honestly, it's delicious and you feel so good because you're eating, lots of meats, vegetables. It's fantastic. Sometimes with packaged stuff like this, or when I eat out, I find that I don't get enough food and I feel hungry. But because of how much they add fiber, how much they add protein, carbs, how they diversify their macro and micronutrients, it's really filling and it's really good. And honestly, one of the biggest problems with people that have gut issues is they have food sensitivities to processed foods, to fillers, to additives, preservatives. And when you're out, working, or if you're out and about and you don't have access to a kitchen, you're going to eat fast food. Typically, fast food is, fried, it's cooked, it's got very fatty, right? It tastes delicious. Who doesn't love eating In-N-Out? In-N-Out is the best. Animal style fries are my favorite, but it's not good to have every day, right? And most of us know if you have a gut issue or you have something going on, typically you're going to feel that right after you eat. So if you're somebody that eats food and you instantly have bloating, indigestion, gas, you instantly have to run to the bathroom, right? You get instant diarrhea when you eat, you're probably eating something that your body does not agree with. So those are really good hallmark signs to go see your doctor, go see a registered dietitian, talk with a specialist. I really like them. I love their programs. And if you are interested in getting more information specifically tailored to your body, they have those plans too. So you don't just have to pay, $7.90 or the $11.50 for just an individual meal. You can actually get advice and kind of have somebody build a program for you, which is great. So it's been awesome for me, and I've been telling a lot of my patients about it. Again, I focus more on the musculoskeletal, the movement, the exercise, but again, diet is critical. A lot of people aren't getting enough water, enough fiber. One of the biggest things that I find with patients that suffer from acid reflux or indigestion or bloating is people don't chew their food enough. So digestion starts in the mouth, right? Mastication, chewing. How many times do you chew your food before you swallow? Probably not enough. Because if you've ever tried to put a piece of food in your mouth and count up to like 20, 30 times, it's really hard not to want to swallow your food, right? One, because it tastes good and you're hungry, right? And maybe you're somebody who's really busy and you're just scarfing, inhaling food. What happens is if you're somebody that eats really quickly, you may be swallowing a lot of air as well, which can increase indigestion, bloating, all of that. So again, next time, if you're eating with me, I want you to, during your next bite, try to chew 30 times before you swallow, and see how you feel, okay? It's a lot harder than you think, and most people don't chew their food enough before you swallow. And then what happens is you get this, big steak or this big hunk of chicken that's just trying to get through your digestive tract, but it wasn't chewed properly. Every time I have a protein shake, my stomach blows up. Help, please. Ooh, great question. So this company doesn't offer any protein shakes, but I had somebody ask me earlier about protein and which types do I like, which types do I recommend. So it depends on what your goal is. Like if you're a bodybuilder, if you're somebody that just wants to add a little bit of protein, I typically prefer eating protein that is the most simple, basic. I like the vegan proteins. I like no fake sugars. Fake sugars like erythritol, those things are super, super hard sometimes and can cause a lot of gas, a lot of bloating. So you want to stay away from lots of additives like that or the fake sugars. I really like protein powders that are very basic, simple ingredients that have even if they have a little bit of sugar, like cane sugar, at least it's natural versus the whey protein powder sometimes where it's 40 grams, 20 grams of a ton of protein, but then you have your erythritol, you have all of this fake sugar, because it says 0 grams of sugar, but then you're getting all of this, all of these issues where you have diarrhea, gas. So that's a big one in protein powders. I try to avoid fake sugars and do the vegan ones. What do you recommend eating for a keto diet? Ooh, so keto diet, a high-fat diet, is really difficult to do sometimes. I typically don't recommend it, but studies show that it can be really beneficial for people that have PCOS. It can be, beneficial for hormonal or thyroid issues. So I would say if you're curious about doing keto, talk with your doctor to see a registered dietitian and find out if that's something that's good for you. It's going to be a high-fat diet, right? But again, if you're somebody that has cardiovascular issues, high cholesterol already, if you have had clots or maybe it's in your family history, you do want to be careful eating such a high-fat diet. So again, these are not keto. These are just more for if you're trying to have Mediterranean or if you're looking for low FODMAP, either one. So for instance, if you look here, what's nice, so if you're looking at how many calories you're trying to get in a day, everybody's daily calorie intake is going to be a little bit different depending on your body size, your metabolism, what are your goals. So I never really track calories or I get on the scale, but that's just me personally. I've had an eating disorder, so I tend to stay away from those things and try to just eat healthy and go off of how I feel. But this is nice here. The scrambled eggs with sweet potato and bell pepper, it's only 340 calories, 21 grams of fat, and 22 grams of protein. So just in your morning, you're getting 22 grams of protein, which is fantastic. And this one, if you look here, compared to the bok choy, it has way less ingredients. I mean, it's just pretty much eggs, sweet potato, bell pepper, and then they season it, paprika, olive oil. So I tell a lot of my patients the best way to eat is not processed and the least amount of ingredients as possible. So if you go to the store and you're looking at something and you see the ingredients, this is great. Whatever is first at the top, that's what's going to be the most in there. So if you're looking and it says sugar for the first ingredient, that means that this meal is mainly sugar. And if that's something that you want, great. But if you have diabetes or maybe you need to be on a low sugar diet, then this is probably not going to, something like that wouldn't work. And one of the cool things about ModifyHealth is that they deliver for free nationwide, which is great. So you don't have to pay for shipping, which is nice. You just have to pay for the meals. This one, allergens. And then it also tells you not only is it organic, but this will give you the allergens. So for instance, egg on this one. Over here, I really want to eat this one too. The grilled steak with mashed potatoes, carrots, and broccoli. So broccoli, I know a lot of people try to stay away from broccoli and cauliflower, but it's so good for you. I know a lot of people bloat. One quick tip for if you're somebody that bloats when you're eating lots of broccoli, cauliflower, cook your vegetables a little more. So I enjoy eating broccoli and cauliflower raw. I like to eat a lot of raw vegetables, but sometimes for some people it can cause a lot of bloating. So cook it a little bit longer. I know it might taste a little more like mushy, a little more like baby food, but it's going to be so much easier to digest, and it may help you prevent all that. So again, this one has more calories than the last one. So this is 570 calories, 32 grams of fat, and 34 grams of protein. So again, this one doesn't have a lot of ingredients either. It's literally steak, carrot, broccoli, Yukon potato, lemon juice, olive oil. So a little bit of, milk, and then coconut sugar, and then spices. So you're getting a lot of really good nutrients that doesn't have a lot of additives in it. What's behind you? Oh, I think I mentioned before, I am a pelvic floor. I'm a doctor of physical therapy that specializes in pelvic floor, visceral, and orthopedic physical therapy. So again, I focus more on the exit of food and the digestion part of it, right? With making sure you have, pelvic floor control, pelvic function, all of that. But another important thing besides just working on musculoskeletal is also the diet. So I wanted to come on today and talk a little bit about that. So that's just a medical model. I just got done doing online appointments with my last patient. So yes, it is a nice chart. So this, you guys asked a lot of really good questions about this. And again, if you're looking for more information, go on to the website. They have a lot of information, especially if you're somebody that has, maybe severe allergies or severe sensitivities. Do they have full vegan meals? I'm pretty sure you can order full vegan meals. I haven't asked and I looked online, but I want to say soy and tree. The meal that I'm eating right now is vegan. There's just soy, tree nuts, coconut. Yeah, they use coconut. They didn't use any milk. So I'm pretty sure you can order those vegan because they can do that modification. But again, you can look on the website and also see as well. Again, I can't express how much I really like this company. I don't really push for too many things, but when it comes to fiber, when it comes to diet, when it comes to exercise, yeah, it's really important. I always say food is medicine, right? If you're somebody that's relying on a lot of medications and you really want to get off of them and you want to try to use food and really kind of get rid of that, I highly recommend it because a lot of medications have a lot of short and long-term side effects. Now, some of us have very severe diagnoses and very severe health issues, and they really, really need medications. So I understand that. But again, if you're somebody that really wants to try to heal your gut, a little more naturally, I recommend starting with your diet, especially if you think you have a gluten allergy, a dairy allergy, anything like that. A lot of people spend a lot of time and a lot of money on these crazy food allergy tests, right? And they get their results back and they kind of feel a little bit lost because they spent all this money. And some of the foods that are on the allergy list are foods they eat all the time and they actually feel best when they eat them. And here's my advice on food tests. The best way to know if you are somebody that has sensitivities or food allergies, you want to do a food elimination diet. So basically meaning whatever you think you're allergic to, whatever you think flares you up, you want to slowly try to eliminate that and do it incrementally. If you try to eliminate dairy, eggs, dairy, eggs, and soy all at once, you're not going to know which of those three is flaring you up if you feel better. You have to do one at a time. So elimination diets are great. And again, you can work on that with the dietitian through ModifyHealth. And yes, a lot of medications have lactose that people have no idea about. Yeah, a lot of medications have a lot of fillers that people are allergic to. So again, if you are unsure about your medications or you want to, get off them, talk with your doctor and, think about, trying some new diets. Do you have to order once a week or can you stop anytime? Oh, great question. So you can order once a week if you want to just get individual meals, or you can do a subscription and you can stop your subscription at any time, which is great, right? Because sometimes if you sign up for stuff and it's on auto pay, you forget you have it. But this is great because if you try it and you didn't like it, you can cancel it. So they're really great. It's really convenient, honestly, for somebody like me. I work a lot. And what's nice too is I don't like eating fast food, so I can take these frozen and put them in my bag, and I can, if I'm going somewhere, if I'm traveling, I can heat it up later, and that way I know that I have a really balanced meal for later on, and I'm not just kind of like, picking at the salad at a fast food restaurant because I can't eat a lot of the stuff. Being gluten-free, it's really not that difficult now that I've gone through it for so many years. And but when you travel, being gluten-free or trying to be aware of your food sensitivities is so difficult. And it can feel really awkward if you're traveling with friends or if you're somewhere and you're at a restaurant and you look at the menu and really all you can have is like some spinach and you ask for, can I just have a little bit of, can I have a potato because you can't eat any of the pasta or pizza. So again, having something like this when you travel is really nice because you're going to have, not only are you going to have meals, but they're really healthy meals. So that way when you're on your trip or you're at work, wherever you are, you're not going to be blowing up the bathroom or you're not going to be having bloating, stomach ache, all of that. So again, I really, really like this company. I can't say enough about them. I don't promote too much too often, but when you have organic, gluten-free, like non-GMO meals, and you're helping like spread, good eating, health, all of that, it's awesome. So if you're interested, check it out. You can always I think they give you, if you link in my bio, you're going to get 15% off with my code Kelly15. Again, just click the link in the bio and you can check out more information on their websites. If you want to do low FODMAP, if you just want to have healthy eating, Mediterranean, maybe you just want to lose some weight or you want to just feel a little healthier, they have those nice Mediterranean meal plans. Or again, you can just order these individually. You don't have to buy a big bulk of them. But okay, I want to just stuff my face and keep eating, but I'm on screen, so I'm going to go soon. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up so you can reference it for later. Or if you're just coming on and you missed some of the beginning, I'm going to add this. So I just don't want to think about food, hate cooking. Yeah, if you hate cooking, then these are great. They're not only are you getting healthy food, you're not having to cook at all. So it's fantastic, right? It's like TV dinners, but really, really healthy, right? Modern TV dinners. So great questions, everybody. If you have any more questions about some of the ModifyHealth products or anything like that, please feel free to message me, or you can go on their website and you can contact them. They're a really great company, and again, I love their food. I've been eating it now for a while, and it's really, really good. Every time they send me new stuff, my husband gets upset because I tell him I'm going to let him try it, but then I end up eating the whole thing, so he doesn't really get to try it. So I told him after this I would let him eat some of these with me, so we're going to go do that. Okay, everybody have a good rest of your Monday. Thank you so much.